Well, hello there to my stars, my Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. The moon is still in a waxing crescent moon. Waxing crescent is like on your way to your first quarter moon. We have a first quarter moon on the 28th of November. Right. So this reading is going to take us all the way out to December 3rd. Okay. So this is where as we get closer and closer to the full moon. When the moon is in first quarter moon, it looks like it's cut in half. It looks like it's cut in half, but it obviously is not. So you want to land on the light side of the moon. Land on the light side of the moon. Okay. You have some energy. You have some, what I'm picking up on here. A time of building momentum, disciplined dreams, strategic expansion, and grounded manifestation. You have some people from your past that are realizing just how powerful your gifts are. If you've answered the call in your life, that's the 10th house. That you've answered the call in your life. There's some people from your past who want back in. They want back in. And not always for the best of reasons. Some people, their intentions are sincere, but some people's intentions, they're still, boiling hot, mad, the way the relationship may have ended. And the relationship could have been in a personal or your professional life. Personal or professional. So just so we're clear. It's not always romantic. Some people have moved on with their lives. It's closed out cycles and moved on. But whether it's in personal or professional. Professional could have been your work or something like that. Some people feel some kind of way, right? So you're going to have to learn how to really, really know how to pour into yourself. Know what your moon sign is. Moon sign. Right? What you really feel it on Mondays, right? So some energies are looking for anything that's going to point towards them that they could use to try to use against you, all Aquarius. Now that your confidence is building. So remember, you're an air sign, but you're a water bearer, right? The water bearer. So your sign is a gateway in terms of connection, making connections, not just in the physical, but also in the spiritual realm. And so there could be energies both in your personal and your professional life that really want you back, but the way that they're trying to get you back is it could be in a devious way or in an angelic way, right? So you got to be able to discern. You have to really be able to discern. Find out what your moon sign is first and foremost. Learn how to pour into yourself. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can go to my website, queenamara.com, and I'm doing donation readings, okay? You are that eagle that flies above crow. So some people want to make you eat crow, okay? They really want to make you eat crow. So you're going to have to really, really, really master your lower chakras. And I'm talking about master them. So if you are, if your moon sign is an earth sign, that's really mastering your tribe, knowing who is in your tribe, your health, as well as your belief. And I'm talking about health, mental and physical health, right? Your second layer, which is the emotional body, master your emotions, unprocessed feelings from the past, okay? If your moon sign is a fire sign, right? Y'all can look all of this up. Any self-doubts or limiting beliefs you're going to have to master. You do not want to be a slave to your lower chakras, okay? You're going to have to make that connection. Every decision I make, I consider my inner child. Some people from your past are still angry because they have not mastered their lower chakras, okay? They haven't mastered their lower chakras. This is not about race, ethnicity. This is not about culture. This is not about religion. They have not mastered their lower chakras. And they're looking for anybody who can get you back, whatever that means. Not get you back in a healthy way either. I'm talking about vindictive, vengeful, green with envy, and vindictive. Okay? So you are going to have to make sure you are completely mastered your lower chakras. Okay? Your auric layer, your etheric layer is your first layer. That's the root chakra. That's 1 to 3 inches off of your physical body. So you can be dealing with one of the three, or four, actually. You have to make sure that you have, that's 1 or 3 inches off your physical body. That's Earth. That's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, right? We're not talking about all Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgos. Obviously, it's to be somebody from your past who did not handle something, closing out a cycle well, okay? They did not handle closing out a cycle well, and they went back into your space, right? Your second auric layer is the emotional body. That's 2 to 3 inches off of your physical body. That's the sacral chakra. To your emotions, including unprocessed feelings from the past. This layer shifts as you shift, your mood shifts, right? This could be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio from your past. You're going to have to learn how to master your emotions when it comes to unprocessed, because somebody has not mastered theirs, right? They have not mastered their emotions, right? And then the third auric layer, which is the mental body, 3 to 8 inches off of your physical body, okay? This is connected to both conscious and subconscious mind. It'll reveal any self-doubts or limiting beliefs. So you never know whose ego pops out when they feel like you have rejected them. Remember, heart chakra is 1 foot off of the body, right? 1 foot off of the body. So if you don't want somebody, 1 foot off of you, like you want them away from you, you don't want to be close to them, and it's showing that you don't want to have anything to do with them. If you haven't mastered your lower chakras, it is going to show, right? So master your house, your role 11th house, and because something big is happening. What's the current situation? You're successful. There it is. You're spinning around in the sun. You're happy, right? You're in good spirits. You're very happy. You're in good spirits. A lot of things are happening for you. Why? Maybe because you had influence of a high vibrating Leo. And you're very successful. You're spinning around in the sun. Leos are ruled by the sun. That's your polarity sign. You may have had the influence of a high vibrating Leo in your life. Personal planets. Personal planets would be sun, moon, I was about to say rising, but rising would be your ascendant sign, right? Which of course everybody doesn't have access to their ascendant sign because they don't know their time of birth. You do need your time of birth for that, your ascendant. But personal planets would be sun, moon. We know those are luminaries, not necessarily planets. Your Mercury, like how you think, learn, and communicate. Also Venus, the principle of pleasure, of relating. And then also Mars, how, we assert ourselves and direct our energy. So you had influence, you had very positive influences around you, and they were Leos in those areas. So their Mercury could have been in Leo, their sun, moon, their Venus could have been in Leo, and Mars could have been in Leo, right? So those planets there, right? And their Mercury, Venus, and Mars are personal planets, and the sun and moon. So think about those 5 placements, right? You may not know everybody's birth chart, but you had some people in your family who have those placements, and you've had positive experiences with them. They have taught you how to move. Your current situation in your life is that you saw how people treated them and how they handled it. Okay, you saw how people treated them. People who were green with envy, people who were vain and vengeful towards them. You saw how they handled it. Somebody handled some things with a lot of class and very high vibrational, right? So Source is trying to help you because you're in the sun now. Your confidence level has boosted, right? Challenge, right? Yeah. So, and the people are waiting to pounce on any little thing. They waiting to pounce on anything. In other words, your symbol is a star, and the sun is a star also, right? You're used to shining in dark spaces. You mastered that part, Aquarius, right? You don't have to be the center of attention. That's an Aquarius. You don't have to be a center of attention. You're no respecter of person, right? And so now you're out in the spotlight. You're like the brightest star in wherever you are. Like you're the brightest star. And so, like I say on my channel all the time, a lot of times people want you to publicly give them kudos when you've given people their flowers behind the scenes, right? They want you to publicly. So that'll also be able to, like I tell Leos, you'll be able to, when you shine your brightest, you'll know exactly who Source is keeping you to stay away from. That sun is going, you being your most positive, high vibrating, smiling, spinning around in the sun is going to expose who's evil eyeing you in the whole 9 yards, right? So you can give credit to a whole lot of energies that played a role in your life that you considered as family. They could be not blood relatives. They could be blood relatives or blood relatives. You have Leos in your family that you saw how they handled people trying to block out their sunlight. And their love life, try to block out their sunlight, and how they communicated, constantly twisting their words. And we're talking about high vibrating Leos, right? Somebody had an impact on you in your life as a teenager. They helped you. Somebody made you feel safe. They made you feel like, I got your back. I got your back. I'm ready to, you got, child, Leos be cracking me up. Look, somebody has a Leo in their family that's like, okay, they on some, just in case a so-and-so starts something with you. They on that frequency. Whoa, hold on. Just calm down. Calm down. Right? They don't have to be on that energy. They don't have to be on that energy with you, because their impact on your life was, they were impactful enough. They were impactful enough. So they know who they are. They know who they are, because they on some, we about to don't start none, won't be none energy. Like, look, wait a minute. You want them to calm down, because that's why I always tell my Leos on my Leo channel, it's like, Leo, take the super person cape off. You're somebody being in terms of your mental, because somebody feels like you are, somebody ready to pounce on you, like somebody put you in a dangerous situation. They may have. Best thing they can do for you is pray for you, though, because y'all come out of the same family, not just bloodline family, but family could have been like friends, and they ready. They ready to pounce on some people. They just like, just give me a name. Like, you like, well, hold on. You don't need, no. No. You're on your throne. You're on your child. So this should not be a challenge at this point. Whoever these Leos are in your family again, could have been your church family, your mosque family, your temple family. It could be a family of like the community that you're in. Remember, you all rule 11th house, right? Remember, you rule 11th house. You want them to just pray for you. Just tell them to pray for you, because people ready to pounce, and just tell them to pray for you. You're a very independent zodiac sign. Just tell them to just pray for you, right? So hopefully, if they're watching this channel, the Leos who are tuned in, cross watchers, are praying for their loved ones, who are just all of them, not just Aquarius, but just whoever. But this is your reading, so let's focus on you, because you got some people that's ready to, they like, okay, hold on. They see you as their child. Some of them could be, you could have Leo parents, but let's say you're the Leo niece or Leo nephew, or Aquarius nephew, Aquarius niece, Aquarius. You was their friend back in the day. You close out cycles. They not on some hating energies. They close out cycles in love. They're mature enough to close out cycles in love. So, but somebody is secretly waiting to pounce on something. Somebody in the past, from your past, because the sun illuminates the moon. Somebody from your past has apex predator energy, right? Like a lion, right? They can't wait. They salivating, right? And so some people already know. Some people already kind of sort of know something. So you want to keep your vibrations high and tell them to keep them in prayer. Like, keep them in prayer. Like your Leo family. When I say family, y'all know what I'm saying. I don't have to keep defining family. Y'all know what family means by now. It's not always blood relative. You could have had some Leos in your family that's like, they just on that time. They just on that. And that's not what you want for them, and that's not what you want for you. You don't want some all-out war. You just want people to just pray. That's another thing. Because some people feel like, now, okay, that's my baby. They still see you either in diapers or like little overall, whatever you wore when you was little. If you had on little sunglasses, little tiny, they still see you as a kid, and they're like, okay, well, wait a minute, we how lions are they are apex predators, but they feel like you was raised around energies that taught you how to take care of yourself, right? Taught you how to take care of yourself. And they like, hold on, who is doing something to my baby, my child? That's why somebody is treating you like, who, hold on, who, right? They want to know the who, what, they want to know the particulars, the who, what, when, where, and why, right? So anyway, you can tell people to pray for you, right? So the distant past for you, yeah, it's a Pisces involved in something. Somebody from the past, they overwhelmed right now because somebody is, okay, let me see what the King of Wands is. Yeah. Somebody is overwhelmed by your gifts because you're so successful at what you do. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. You could be a reader. You could be a healer. Let me just say, because that could be a reader. You could be a healer, spiritualist, entertainment, sports. It doesn't really matter where you are. You're very successful at what you're doing. So congratulations. Kudos to you. Kudos, attaboy, all of that to you, right? And the challenge is that somebody preyed on somebody and they mirrored that energy in secret. See these two wolves right here? Remember we had a wolf moon in January of 2025? Somebody preyed on somebody and they were overwhelmed. So this could look like somebody in the womb, your child. Somebody preyed on somebody, right? And so somebody who is a part of a secret organization is keeping you enlightened about something, just so we're crystal clear. And it could come through your dreams. It could come through your dreams that you were preyed upon by some energies and somebody ready to pounce on them. I mean, for real, somebody, it's like, you know what I'm saying in the spirit realm? You know how lions, when they fight, their claws be coming out, they be like, meow, like that, because they're cats, right? So just the agility, they ready to pounce them here to there. They ready to go for it because they know something. They know something, some kind of secret that somebody who was very impulsive, because somebody was overwhelmed what they did. They know what was done. And remember, so Leo is ruled by the sun, right? Cancer is ruled by the moon. Cancer is the mother and money sign of the zodiac. So somebody know how you were preyed on and they ready to pounce on somebody because they know something, right? They know a decision that somebody made and didn't consider you. Okay, whoever you are, okay? And somebody else, Neptune also connects us with generation, like generational something. Like Neptune is Neptune also, it's an outer planet. It's a generational planet. Neptune is a generational planet, right? And so Neptune is a collective planet. It's a collective planet. So collectively, some people whose Leo is their either Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. That means you would have to pull some people's birth charts of your family, like family, friends, whoever. You would have to know where Leo falls in there because it's those 5 placements. Those are personal planets, right? They know how somebody preyed on you because that's why somebody is so overwhelmed now because of your gifts. It's like, how the heck do you even know? How do you even know? That would literally be like somebody trying to tell you that somebody wanted like power of attorney over you, or like somebody trying to say this person had people drinking or smoking around you when you was a kid. Like how now that people are opening up and learning and they're finding out stuff, right? Somebody is being very, very meticulous about something, right? So pay attention to your dreams. Please, 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 please document your dreams, right? They don't have to make sense. Dreams, you can, the beautiful thing about technology now is that you can go online and look up, okay, if I saw a horse in my dream that had on, patent leather boots, what would that mean? Like spiritually, I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, because the colors would symbolize something spiritually. The animal would symbolize something spiritually, all of that. So somebody is so overwhelmed by your gifts, it's not even funny. They so overwhelmed by your gift. They like, how your family member now, your family members, and again, they're not just blood relatives. Some of them could have been like, you know how you may have friends that have become family. Your educators when you were growing up could become family. Friends, neighborhood, family. Y'all, the definition of family, whatever that means. Recent past for my Aquarius. Yeah, you out here winning. Yep, you out here winning. Somebody knows that secretly somebody is in line with someone's ex, whoever you was married to or thought about marrying. So secretly you may have wanted to marry somebody and a marriage could have been out, right? But these two together from your past did something to overwhelm somebody that you love, right? Overwhelm them, right? And you secretly exposed something. So your gifts, you are winning when it comes to your gifts. But this could also symbolize a womb, right? Somebody could have been overwhelmed while you were in their womb. Or the seed, the person who planted the seed, right? Because you're in between two parents. So this could have been in your womb. Again, if you have a great relationship with your parent, obviously take only what resonates with you. Because somebody ready to pounce on any little thing. And again, everybody doesn't have... Just because some people may not have talked to their parents doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? Many different reasons. People move away. People could be maybe your finances. You can't talk to people right away, whatever, right? But every decision that you make, consider your inner child. Some people were impulsive in what they did. And there's some Leos. That's like a den of Leos. 5 Leos that are like, for what they know, that was done, right? The polarity to 7 is 4, right? The polarity to 7 is 4. Remember, Leo's rule 5th house, right? So somebody is trying to put an end to some kind of a spell that was put on you, right? Some kind of, these energies put some kind of a spell on you. And you successfully broke some kind of a spell. There's a lot of different ways that people could put spells on people. Like, and I do not practice dark magic on my channel at all, and I don't even promote that or even none of that stuff. But you need to know there's some secrets. Like somebody could have what's the thing that you hear people say? They can show you better than they can tell you. So you don't have to. You could grow up in a household where you have 2 parents that work all the time. They have their work ethic may be like top tier work ethic. They wouldn't have to tell you to get a job because that's all you ever saw. That's all you ever saw. Growing up, you saw 2 parents get up and go out and go work, or one parent, your mom or your dad, somebody, whether you were raised with whoever you were raised with, you saw people, your work ethic is top tier because that's what you saw. That is what you saw. What you didn't see is some kind of a spell that was a hidden spell, which is, let's say if it was marriage, you could have saw people stay in marriages where they felt like they were in a lion den and they were in survival mode, right? So that could have been a spell put on you like, okay, you got to stay in a lion's den lying about what's going on behind closed doors, right? What would the independence be? So to give us some kind of impression that they're independent, but really, remember, giving some kind of impression that they're independent, but really they're really secretly dependent and want you to be the same way. It could be a mom or a dad, or could it be both of them? Codependent relationship. We're talking about emotions. These are emotions. And you had a feeling about something. Somebody is really overwhelmed right now. They could be doing everything, smoking, drinking, going crazy out of their mind because they got this den of lions around them. Again, somebody has a sun sign that's a lion, somebody's moon sign that's a lion. They trapped right in between. And you had a feeling about something. Somebody is. And so you got people who have your back in the spiritual realm. You got spirit guides that have your back in the spirit realm. But I'm telling you, they was. Y'all know when they gotta give somebody is mad because of the dark magic that there's a Leo that's really, really mad. Well, it's two Leos that's really mad because they're seeing how people were doing things in secret to them, right? Because they were jealous of them, right? And I always say this on my Leo channels, like, Leo, don't turn on your light because you'll be able to see the eye movements. You know, like the people who are like, okay, oh, look at that Leo. They just too, and of course, this is your reading, so we're not going to make this about Leo. They got their own reading on their side. But you saw how people treated them when they were in love relationships. You saw how people treated, I'm talking about Leo sun, Leo moon, right? You saw how they treated high vibrating Leos, people who really protected you. Whoever these energies are, people who protected you, who made you feel safe. Like you was like the little baby cub. Obviously you're a little, you know, you're an adult, you're a human, but since we see this lion right here, so there's some Leos about to pounce on some people right now. But you tell them, no, just pray for you because you don't want anything to happen to them. You're just letting them know. You're giving them their flowers. In other words, you're giving them their flowers, right? They could be a part of your spirit family. They could be a part of your blood relatives. They can be, y'all get the point of family, right? What are your strengths? What are your strengths? Yeah, you know who you are when you look in the mirror. You're not restricted. You're not restricted. Somebody gave you the impression that you had to be married on all fours. Well, let me see. You know how this lion right here is on all fours? So let me put this right here. This is a strength for you right here. You know who you are when you look in the mirror. Somebody was trying. This is a destiny swap. Somebody wanted to swap lives with you and someone else, right? Secretly, right? So by basically telling you, you don't know who you are. But see, these Leos have a secret. They know something, right? And you expose something, right? You expose something, right? And so it almost makes you pray in a situation. Like it's almost like somebody wants you to be mad. You know how if a Leo, I mean, like not a Leo, but a lion is mad at something, they ready to pounce on, so they about to fight somebody, they ready to just, you know, like, so find out what your zodiac sign is in your 5th house, because they rule 5th house. You ain't putting paws on nobody. You ain't putting paws on nobody. That's what law enforcement is for. If you found out something was done to hurt somebody that you love, your child, if you have kids, whatever, that's what you calling law enforcement. You absolutely getting them involved with something. So somebody is overwhelmed right now because they know some stuff, you know, of how like somebody knows that somebody is really, really into dark magic. They really into dark magic, and they wanted you restricted. That's what this is, restricted. So they were lying on you. It's a play on words. Lying. They were lying on you behind your back, wanting you to be restricted. And now it's coming out. Something is coming out through your dreams. Telling people that you was crazy because they was doing something. Somebody could have been around some people when you were a kid, doing all kinds of stuff when you were a kid. And or could have had, you know, whether they planted the seed or carried the seed. Somebody could have been around some people that was into dark magic, doing secret stuff, and telling people that you needed to be restricted. Something is wrong with you, saying that you're lying about them behind their back. Okay. Possibly about your child or you being someone else's child. Blood test. All right, that'll take care of that right there. Blood test. You ain't playing. You're not playing. Somebody trying to say you lying about something. Hey, blood test. Okay. If you have a child, it could be your child. It could be a blood test in the bloodline. And you ain't. All these lies floating around. You can just get a blood test if that's the case. Am I ready to pounce on something? I got to pounce. Talking about you need to be restricted. So if anybody talks to you about a power of attorney or something like that, that's going to be a no. You ain't signing nothing. And if they sign something for you, that's fraud. Near future for you. Near future for my Aquarius. Yeah, something is already closed out. And somebody asking why, but it ain't you asking why. Somebody's waiting. Thought you was going to put pause on somebody. You obviously, like, you know that's a term. You're not low vibrational. You just don't want somebody anywhere near you. You don't want them 3 to 8 inches off your auric layer, right? And that's connected both to conscious, subconscious mind to reveal any self-doubts or limiting beliefs. You're a free spirited sign. Yeah, so, yeah. Somebody is secretly now saying that they don't want you anywhere near them. That is a blessing. Rejection is God's protection. You don't want to be near them either. You got enough information. Listen to guided meditation for Akashic records. You don't want them anywhere near you either. So the feeling is mutual. They don't have to hide it. They don't have to hide it. You ain't hiding it. You ain't hiding it. Yeah, because people jumping on some people. They telling people now they don't want you anywhere near them. Okay, good. Now that you got that out of the way. All right, so here we have, so influences on you is that you're, like, again, that's why you're a loner. Yeah, that's why you're a loner. Yeah. See, you had some time when you were alone. See, this person is by themselves. This person is by themselves. This person right here is married. This person is by themselves, looking back in the mirror, looking at their Akashic, looking at their, you're doing the mirror work. Yeah, you're doing the mirror work. Somebody was under so many spells. People are just overwhelmed. People listening to this are just kind of like, they cannot believe how much dark magic was done on you. Whoever you are, how much dark magic, how many spells you were under. Like, what the heck? And look how successful you are. Your Akashic records, them books may not even be able to fit in the shelves at this point. Right? So, external and environmental influences. You got some good news coming across your path. You could have a new and exuberant love coming right through your door. Spiritually, they're already there. They're very, very wealthy. Spiritually, they're wealthy. I gotta really specify, because it's not just about paper and coins money. In the spiritual realm, your wealth is already here, and it's just materializing now because of your high vibration. You let people do their job. Why would you want to put pause? Somebody lying, talking about, I gotta keep them away from me because it's gonna be something. That's how they think. That's that low vibrational. They want to roll around in the dirt and do all this other stuff because of stuff they did. Yeah, hopes and fears. Yeah, you got multiple streams of income coming across your path, and they was hoping that they was going to tie you to something. 8 looks like a chain when you turn it to the side, right? So you see 8 here and 8 here, 8 here and 8 here. Somebody had you go into someplace. You see how this person is sitting in a chair. So if you were sitting down somewhere and it was like you could have gone into a store or something like that, because you see all of this right here. You see books, you see plants here. You see, this looks like aloe vera plant here, which is extremely healthy. You see candles here. You see, what else is this on here? It looks like potpourri, actually. Somebody thought they was going to tie you to something and had the police jumping out, arresting you and restricting you. You end up being a meme on Instagram somewhere, right? So it's like you putting wrong one. Yeah. Yep. Outcome is you saved yourself. You saved yourself by not even talking to them, because they actually bullied somebody that you love, trying to play mind games. So no. When your back is against the wall, you know how to tap into the sun within you, right? Your savior within you. You ain't trying to have people just want people to be like them. They want them to be like, swinging and throwing hands and doing all this ridiculous, crazy, low vibrating mess. Like I said, master your somebody was trying to bring out a temper in you. And look, that's why you ain't going back. They telling everybody they don't want you back. But hey, look, yes, they do, because you're successful. And that's because them lions got on them. Them Leos said, and they don't have to, this Leo sun, Leo moon was like right there. They was in that lion's den. They always saw you as competition. Whoever this energy is, they always saw you as competition. Yep. So I do see love coming across someone's path. And again, it could be a spiritual union. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a legal union. It could be a spiritual union between you and someone else. Like y'all are married because of y'all knowledge. Like y'all could be, how Aquarius, y'all connect with them big heads y'all got. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at the number 9 here. Looking at the number 9, you know the shape of a number 9 and your creativity, right? That's how you all connect right here. This creativity. Somebody is on the dark side of number 9. And I talked about this one time before, but somebody is on the dark side of the number 9. Yeah, so where's the somebody was secretly making money off of you. Wanting to get power of attorney, or may have had power of attorney over somebody at some point. But 9 is a very powerful number. 9 is and you can go to the library and look all of this up. But thank God you love to read. Thank God you will go to a library and get some books. That's just your Akashic records. Go to the library. It's a great time. Mercury is retrograde, and increase your knowledge and wisdom, your spiritual knowledge and wisdom here. You ain't putting hands on nobody. Somebody spiritually wanted something over you so they can have, because they knew you were a loner. You're a loner for a reason. It's something that somebody, being constantly compared to certain people, like you, nah, you good. You better pick up on that just anyway. Like I said, just if somebody has an air of like, if somebody gives you the air, this because you're an air sign, right? But you're also a water bearer. That's the earth, and then the water, obviously the emotional aspect of it, right? So somebody was hoping that you had not mastered your mental body, right? Somebody was hoping that you had not mastered your mental body. Remember, you're an air sign, but you're a water bearer, right? So that what holds the cup, that would be the etheric body. That's the root, right? So people could have been saying, oh, you drink. Like, what's really in their cup? Okay. They need to be restricted, because it's basically like somebody saying, yeah, if you're drinking alcohol and you put fire to it, it's like blaze. Like, okay, when they off their alcohol, they this or whatever, or smoking something. See this right here with this fire here. So they had the police ready for you, basically saying, oh, you either get high, you drink, you do all of this other stuff, and this water right here is, people didn't know what to believe here, but people had a feeling it was either somebody you was married to or somebody you thought about marrying, because they actually partnered up together. Somebody partnered up together, and now it's being exposed. How do y'all know each other? How did y'all meet? All of this other stuff, and it's exposed how they got together. You're the one. They were both overwhelmed. Something about you, it was overwhelming for them, right? And so yeah, these are energies that you left and you never came. You weren't even confused about leaving them behind. That's why I always say, like, all relationships don't end bad. Some relationships, like, okay, nah, people have their self-esteem is higher than that. They're like, okay, well, Aquarius is not my type. They not your type. Okay. But y'all end up being better off as friends, right? So these energies decided they want to link you to something and bully you and somebody else by having them play mind games. So, trying to have people to jump out and attach you to something. So if you feel like somebody linked you to something, a karmic couple linked you to something, this could be anybody. It could be a husband or wife, could be a karmic couple. Somebody who's in this right here, you had a feeling that somebody, because this also is crossroad right here. This 7 of want the police jumping out at you, or whoever, law enforcement jumping out at you. Sources like it could be 2 people, right? 2 people. Sources saying somebody could have a sun in Aquarius and also a moon in Aquarius, right? And so these karmic couples, you got to show the other side of 8 is 2, right? 2nd house, Taurus rules 2nd house, Scorpio rules 8th house, right? So these energies wanted to link up with you and someone else, right? So this could be code talk for a lot of you all, but some of you all get it. So as soon as you walk through the door, somebody saw that you had a very wealthy spirit. Something about your air gives off very wealthy spirit, like you're very smart, you're very knowledgeable, and somebody automatically saw you as competition to them. So in other words, even just coming out of the womb, somebody can see you as competition. Like literally, somebody can see your kids as competition, because this may somebody in your past could have saw your kids as competition. This may say inner child. If they saw your kids as competition, they have got to go immediately. This might, if it was somebody you was dating or even married to, now they see your kids as competition to a point where they want to prey on them. They got to go. They have got to go. Because first you noticing something. First you notice something, and you may speak up about something, and then you starting to see something. Like, let's say, for instance, we're talking about money here. You work 8 hours a day. You mastered working 8 hours a day, and somebody wants you to save them financially in some way, shape, form, or fashion, but they're trying to project that onto you, whoever you are. Yeah, somebody was ready to telling everybody that you do anything to win at all costs. No. You learn how to save yourself from some energies. You learn how to save yourself from some energies. So they're asking, so somebody's hot and mad right now. They real mad. They looking to, because the 7 connects us with justice card as well. It connects us with the justice card as well. And so somebody still has this, is this where the highway? You don't care. You're a prayer warrior. Somebody's like, oh, this person is a loner. They stay by themselves. They just, and that's basically somebody preying on you. Familiar spirits. They familiar with where you live, this, that, and the other, because they're stalkers. That's why. They've been stalking you, right? Yep. The snake is in reverse here because they were telling everybody that you were a snake, but now people are, the scales from their eyes have been removed about them, right? Have been removed about them. And this is somebody from your past. This would be like somebody that you could have even thought about building a family with, or somebody that you build a family. So you could have been in like a secret family union with somebody, and then open family union with somebody. So this could have been somebody that you thought about marrying in secret, and this somebody you could have been married to publicly, out in public, right? They decided to get together, and you were the common denominator. So they decided they're gonna bully somebody. They're going to bully somebody. And so they want to make sure to attack your 11th house, but you've already mastered your 11th house. 11th house is about your friends, allies, teamwork, all of that. You're already no respecter of person. So you're not a person that cares about who's shining on stage, right? It's like, okay, let them have their moment in the sun. That's good. You know, the sun is a star. Right? But somebody wanted to be the brightest light in your life. Basically, like if you was married to somebody, if it's not always the case. But you would have to see documentaries on this to see what I'm talking about, right? Because people are now seeing them as snakes. This couple as snakes now. Because they was doing something in secret, unhealthy and wounded. And you didn't feel nurtured. So you pulled the plug, snatched it right out the wall. And they hot mad, child. Child, on a Tuesday connects us with Mars, right? But somebody wanted to meticulously look at your work schedule and meticulously look at theirs. Okay, because they was clocking your work schedule. Like basically when you go to work, you know, how they can overwhelm somebody, right? But somebody had a secret on them. It's like somebody's child having a secret on a secret couple. And you could just tell by how your child felt, like their energy, like just their energy around these energies, how you could tell they had this grimace look on their face. They did all of this other stuff. Basically, somebody secretly, both of these energies secretly want to be with you. This is a man and a woman. They want to be with you. Or it could be 2 men, 2 women, whoever want to secretly be with you. But now something is closed out. They mad. So let them be mad. Yep. Yeah, that feather was weighed on the scale. And I'm seeing expansion for you. Yeah, I'm seeing expansion for you. Because some people now, like I'm telling you, some people now are like, why? Why, is it because of your intellect? Because of your intellect. Somebody loves to read books. Like I talk about reading books, going to the library and that kind of stuff. But somebody wanted to find that saying you were lying about this and lying about that. How do you know? I mean, just like questioning every little thing, like in a like criticizing every little thing that you say, criticizing every little thing that you do. But you add context to stuff. Like if I were to say to you all, for instance, when I talk about like the parts of the body that the moon phases could affect, I'm not a medical doctor. Some people would basically talk like they are. Somebody could have had an ex who acted like just because they were around medical doctors, they would probably say like talk like they were like, okay, you're not a medical doctor. Like what are you doing? Or somebody could have been around attorneys and start talking like attorneys, like lying, saying that they was this and lying and saying that they were that. So somebody's basically saying that you were lying, saying who you are, but you could have been lied to. Somebody could have lied to you, making you feel like, okay, you just have to be married, when you could be a very single person. You could be a person that's like, oh no, you good single. You don't have an issue with marriage. I don't know too many people who have issues with marriage. Like who wouldn't want to find their person? Who wouldn't want to attract their person? You got new love coming across your path. Right here it says here and here. And y'all will be talking. Yeah, y'all will be talking. You and your person will be talking. It's already happening in the spiritual realm. It's just manifesting in the physical realm. This is somebody you could be familiar with already, who knows that somebody was bullied, and who knows that somebody lied and said that you were willing to win at all costs. Who could know about freaking frack? Let's see. All right, yeah. So somebody is pulling you and somebody out of something. Like they're pulling you and somebody's basically like, they're, yeah. Like I said, you successfully were able to kind of figure out a secret to how like people put spells on people. Like how somebody could be lied to like their whole life about something. This is, remember, solar plexus chakra. I mean, yeah, this is solar plexus developed between the ages of 15 through 21 years old. Again, go to the library, go get some books, go look it up, right? I encourage people to look up. If you're watching anything and you just taking people's word for it, go to the library, go look it up. There's tons of books in the library. Go look it up. Because somebody's basically saying they're going to use your words against you. They mad, they stomping. Child, stomping like somebody and stole their bike from the backyard. Child, I don't have nothing to do with you. Somebody mad. That's an emotion. So yeah, they need to get their third auric layer together, their mental body together, their solar plexus chakra together. Because I see you being successful. So yeah, somebody has these right here, they want you. They are very lustful spirits. Your new home awaits. Yep, your new home awaits. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Your new home awaits. They're in a crisis right now. Yeah, because of how successful you are. So people told people that you needed to be restrained. Legally, you need to be restrained. You would have been asking why. When you walked in something, somebody was like, okay, you didn't know. So, anyway, keep moving forward. So make sure when we talk about fire, you get your emotions together, like your third layer, because that's what this why we starting out with the sun, right? Somebody wanted to make you look like you had a temper, like you had like this, like you had limited beliefs about things, like you're just this hothead. Like you think about the sun being hot, right? And you're so close to your son, you're going to go off if you found out such and such and such and such. Why would you do that when you can call the police? Like, who's doing all of that? Yeah, you could love your son or daughter or whoever's close to you, but that's what their job is. They know how to handle stuff. That's what their job is for. Should you double back for them now that they're in a crisis? You already know that answer. This is water. You didn't put that fire out a long time ago. You have no emotions for them. Here we have pour into yourself more. Pour into yourself more. So he apologizes for betraying you. Crown chakra, adjust your crown. Whoever he is, he apologizes for betraying you. You know why? Because of his lustful spirit. Somebody didn't realize, somebody from your past did not realize that the person that they were with was under some kind of a sex spell. That's the lustful spell. They were under a sex spell. Somebody wanted to get close to you. Somebody really wanted to get close to you, but they used someone's weakness of lust. So somebody was under a sex spell, assuming that you were under one. You may have been, who knows, but you have the gift of premonition. This is forewarning. Yeah, so you get your dreams and stuff, your downloads and your dreams. But yeah, somebody wanted the power of attorney over you. They wanted the power of attorney over you and somebody else, because for them, it was all about money. They feel like, okay, we have access to their Akashic records. You have the gift of telepathy. That's intuitive, emotive, and superconscious. You have the gift of clairvoyance. You see things a lot clearer. You may not have seen it then, but you see it now. You have a whole new attitude. You are not under some kind of a sex spell. What I say? Your bitter ex's lover wants you. Child, please. Bitter and ex don't this child. Just like, no. That's just a no. Yep. So solar plexus chakra cleanse. Check your request list again, because somebody has love coming across their path. Somebody secretly has a crush on you, and trust your first mind. Somebody really loves the way that you think, Aquarius, you know, because somebody heard that you had a temper. These energies who really want to come back into your life, they're saying that you have a really bad temper. Basically, they're like, they went to Pinterest, and Pinterest has some really good information on it. But in terms of your zodiac sign, somebody basically lumped all Aquarius, you know, together. Basically, somebody is saying, but you had Leos in your life, whether it's Leo sun, Leo moon, helping you, you know, to see who was doing all of this stuff, who was doing, you know, this spell work. Right? So Leos in your life could have been in your family. Y'all got family. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I want to sound like a broken record. But family, whatever family means to you. Okay? Somebody really loves the way your mind thinks. They can tell just how smart you are just in how you communicate. How vibration, how sunny your disposition is. So yeah, somebody's ex, they went back in your life. They sorry for betraying you because they feel like they was blindsided by sex. That's what they was blindsided by. And so was the other energy, blindsided by sex. So in other words, the only thing your ex could do for you, and they may have, is spoke up against this energy. Whoever somebody else did something secretly. That's the only thing they could do for you. Now somebody want to smooth things over. Y'all don't have anything else to talk about. Their ex for a reason. They need to get their egos out of the way. That's the only way they can do is show up for you. Somebody let their body parts, they let somebody else come in and put a secret spell on them. And so you not wanting to smooth things over puts an end to it. There's nothing else to talk about. Yeah, your wishes are being fulfilled. They sitting somewhere crying right now. Talking about they want a family. Well, you're not a part of their family. So that's the end of that. Eagles fly above crows. Somebody wanted you to eat crow. They wanted the worst for you because they could not heal from something in the past. This is you moving on from a relationship. That's why you got X out here. This is you moving on from a past relationship. And now that things are going well for you in your life, Aquarius, I'm telling you, having high vibrating Leos, whether it's his sun, moon, you know, those other placements in the personal planets. I keep trying to tell people, stop looking at the negative side of the polarity planets. I mean, your polarity zodiac sign. Every word I speak is with love, truth, and good intention. That's right. Keep it all love. Yeah, you don't want your ex back. For what? You close out that cycle in love. You don't have any hate for anybody. What frequency are they on? You already made the connection. Somebody was cheated so much cheated on so much in their relationship. You already know a demon had taken over because somebody just wants that feeling that feeling that they have, you know, sexually. Somebody just wanted that feeling. They didn't care who they were sleeping with. You knew that a long time ago. And somebody wanted power of attorney over you. So as soon as you started crying about something or lamenting over something, for them, they was like, see, that's it right there. They cry for everything. They're a crybaby. No, you was crying for them because the relationship was over. New beginning. Whole new beginning for you. Yeah, you was crying for them because you already knew it was over. You're like, okay, they always up to some sneaky mess. So there's hope. There's hope. Yeah. Somebody was hoping to bring out your shadow side. Child, please. They don't have that much. They don't have no power over you. Yeah. You spoke your truth. Right? And the authorities got involved. That's right. Let them. Now they pointing fingers at everybody. Child, you ain't know they had that many fingers. You only thought they had 5 fingers on one hand. Child, now they got how many fingers they got? 7 fingers on one hand. Oh, Lord. So we have partnerships and alliances. Somebody's sitting back right now rethinking their decisions. Oh my God, I should have never cheated on Aquarius. Well, that would be true. That would be right. But you're just sending out a candle across the water for them. Wherever they are. They got everybody involved. They got a whole lot of people to turn their backs on you. Everything. Everybody was believing them. And this is somebody, just so we're crystal clear, you either was married to or somebody you thought about marrying. So I don't know how many times people thought y'all could have been the runaway bride or the runaway groom. I don't know. Y'all know the movie The Runaway Bride. Who's in that movie? I want to say, is it Julia Roberts in that movie? Yeah, she's one of my favorite actresses. But I think that was her and it's her and Cameron Diaz. Yeah, both those are 2 of my favorite actresses. Yeah, so they somebody. Let people do their job. That's all I got to tell you. Let people do their job. You are not a teenager out here ready to put hands on somebody. That's ridiculous. You're not low vibrational at all. You cool, calm, and collected. So justice is in your favor. All right, I think this is it. I want to say if there's anything else. No, that's it. Gosh, this is a long video. I thought this was going to be shorter than this. All right, bye.